Have you ever felt like you're not good enough, even when you've worked hard, achieved so much, and everyone else seems to believe in you, except you? That quiet voice inside that whispers, maybe I don't deserve this success, or, what if I fail? This, my friends, is what Katty K and Claire Shipman call the confidence gap. It's not a small thing, it's the invisible wall that holds back millions of people, especially women, from living up to their true potential. In simple words, the confidence gap is the difference between how capable you are and how capable you think you are. It's not about skill, it's about self-belief. In the book, Katty and Claire explore countless studies showing that women, despite being as talented and qualified as men, often underestimate their abilities. When faced with a new opportunity, a promotion, a presentation, or a leadership role, men usually think, "Yeah, I can handle it." But women are more likely to say, "I'm not ready yet. I need to be perfect first." This hesitation doesn't come from lack of skill, it comes from lack of confidence. And that's exactly what the authors wanted to decode. Why does this gap exist? And can we close it? The authors dig deep into neuroscience and psychology to uncover the roots of this problem. They found that our brains are naturally wired to protect us from failure. That voice of doubt, it's not always the enemy. It's your brain's defense mechanism. However, here's the twist. While men tend to quiet that voice and move ahead, women often listen to it, replay it, and let it grow louder. This overthinking leads to hesitation, and hesitation kills confidence. One striking example in the book comes from a study at Hewlett-Packard. The company noticed that men applied for promotions when they met only 60% of the qualifications. But women applied only when they met 100%. Why? Because men believed they could learn the rest on the job. Women believed they had to be perfect first. This simple difference in mindset reveals the core of the confidence gap. The authors make a powerful distinction here. Competence is how good you are. Confidence is how good you believe you are. You can have all the degrees, the awards, and the skills in the world, but if you doubt yourself, none of it will shine through. And that's what holds people back from reaching higher positions, taking creative risks, or speaking up for themselves. Confidence, they say, isn't arrogance. It's quiet, calm self-assurance, the inner belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. The book explores how culture, upbringing, and social conditioning all play a part. From a young age, many girls are praised for being good, polite, perfect, and well-behaved. They're rewarded for following rules, not for taking risks. Meanwhile, boys are often encouraged to be bold, adventurous, even rebellious. This teaches them early on that mistakes are part of learning. But girls learn to fear mistakes, to associate them with failure or shame. So by adulthood, both genders have different comfort zones. Men grow comfortable with risk and failure. Women grow comfortable with caution and perfection. This is how the gap begins, and how it widens over time. The authors share stories of incredibly talented women who turned down opportunities because they didn't feel ready. One woman declined a big job promotion because she thought, "I'm not experienced enough." Later, the position went to someone with less experience but more confidence. Confidence, as Katty and Claire discovered, acts like a career accelerator. It's not always the most talented who rise, it's the most confident. When you believe in yourself, you project that energy into the world. People trust you more. Opportunities find you more easily. And that's why the confidence gap isn't just personal, it's professional, emotional, and societal. In one of the book's most important insights, the authors introduce what they call the confidence equation. Confidence equals action plus risk plus failure plus learning. Confidence doesn't appear out of nowhere. You build it by doing, by taking risks, by failing, and by realizing that failure isn't fatal. It's the opposite of perfectionism. Every time you take a small risk, you prove to yourself that you can handle discomfort. That's how the brain rewires confidence, not through thinking, but through action. The authors share the story of Christine Lagarde, then head of the International Monetary Fund. When asked how she developed her confidence, Lagarde replied, "I just kept doing things before I felt ready. That's the secret. You don't wait for confidence to act. You act to build confidence." They also mention Angela Merkel, former Chancellor of Germany, known for her calm, quiet confidence. Merkel rarely shows aggression or loudness, but she radiates authority through her self-assured composure. She's proof that confidence isn't loud, it's steady. Kay and Shipman realized something profound through their interviews and research. Almost every successful woman they spoke to still felt moments of self-doubt. But the difference was, they didn't let that doubt control them. Confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward despite fear. It's a muscle that grows stronger with use. So, the next time you feel that inner voice saying, "You can't," remind yourself. That voice doesn't know what you're capable of, but your actions will teach it. Let's summarize Lesson 1. The confidence gap is the space between your ability and your belief. It exists not because women lack skill, but because they've been taught to fear failure. Confidence grows through action, not perfection. The more risks you take, the smaller the gap becomes. In short, confidence is built, not born. And it's built by doing, not waiting. If confidence can be learned, what's stopping us from training it just like a muscle? Can science actually teach us how to rewire our brains for confidence? That's what we'll uncover in the next lesson, where we'll explore the biology of confidence, the hormones that shape it, and the science-backed habits that can help you unlock unstoppable self-belief. Have you ever wondered why some people seem naturally confident, calm in chaos, fearless in failure, and unstoppable in their pursuits, while others struggle even to speak up in a meeting? Well, according to Katty K. and Claire Shipman, confidence is not magic. It's biology. It's not a mysterious personality trait that a few lucky people are born with. It's a mental skill, shaped by your brain, your hormones, and your experiences. In this chapter, the authors take us deep inside the human brain, where confidence is not just a feeling, it's chemistry. The book introduces a fascinating idea: confidence is partly hardwired. Just like our height or eye color, our brains are influenced by genes that affect how we respond to challenges, risks, and rewards. Certain genes determine how much of the confidence chemicals, like dopamine, serotonin, and testosterone, your brain produces. Let's understand these three powerful players. 1. Dopamine, the reward chemical. Every time you take a risk or achieve something, dopamine gives you that surge of, "Yes, I did it," feeling. It motivates you to act again. People with higher dopamine activity tend to be more optimistic, more willing to take chances, and therefore, more confident. 2. Serotonin, the calm chemical. This chemical regulates mood and stability. When your serotonin levels are healthy, you feel grounded, balanced, and capable of making decisions. Low serotonin, however, makes you anxious or overly self-critical, breaking confidence from within. 3. Testosterone, the drive chemical. This hormone fuels risk-taking, assertiveness, and competitive energy. Contrary to popular belief, both men and women have testosterone, though in different amounts. Studies show that slightly higher levels of testosterone in women correlate with higher confidence and leadership behavior. Together, these chemicals create the foundation of what the authors call your confidence circuitry. Now, you might be thinking, if confidence depends on brain chemistry, does that mean we're stuck with whatever biology gives us? Not at all. The book makes it crystal clear. Genes load the gun, but environment pulls the trigger. Yes, biology gives us a starting point, but it's our experiences, choices, and mindset that decide how strong or weak our confidence becomes. That's where neuroplasticity comes in, the brain's amazing ability to rewire itself. Every time you take a small risk, face a fear, or succeed after a setback, your brain literally changes. New neural pathways form, connecting courage to reward. That's how confidence grows, neuron by neuron. Katty and Claire call this the confidence loop, and it works like this. Think, act, experience, believe, repeat. When you think about doing something brave, and you act on it, your brain releases dopamine. That small success becomes an experience that tells your brain, "See? You survived that. You can do it again." Now your belief grows stronger, and next time, you act with more confidence. That's how the loop keeps reinforcing itself. But here's the problem: if you never take action, the loop never starts. You stay stuck in the think phase, analyzing, doubting, and fearing failure. That's what scientists call analysis paralysis, and it's one of the biggest enemies of confidence. The authors say, confidence requires a spark of courage. Action is the ignition. This part of the book is truly eye-opening. Kay and Shipman reveal that men and women's brains handle risk differently. Studies show that women's brains tend to be slightly more active in the amygdala, the region that processes fear and caution. This makes women more careful decision makers, but it also means they sometimes hold back too much. Meanwhile, men's brains have higher activity in the reward centers, which encourages them to take chances. That's why, biologically, men often jump into challenges without overthinking, while women think more deeply before acting. Now, neither is right or wrong. But understanding this difference helps explain why confidence often looks louder in men and quieter in women, even when the inner ability is the same. The book also explains how stress destroys confidence. When your brain senses a threat, whether it's a real danger or just fear of failure, the amygdala fires up, flooding your body with stress hormones like cortisol. This makes your heart race, your palms sweat, and your thoughts panic. But here's the interesting part. If you repeatedly face small stressful challenges and come out okay, your amygdala starts to calm down. Your brain learns that discomfort doesn't mean danger. This is how soldiers, athletes, and confident leaders stay composed under pressure, not because they're fearless, but because they've trained their brains to handle fear. The authors use a brilliant metaphor here. Confidence is a muscle, it grows with use. The more you stretch it, the stronger it gets. You don't need massive achievements to build confidence, you just need consistent small wins. Say yes to that meeting even if you're nervous. Speak up once in that group discussion. Try something new, even if it scares you. Each time you step outside your comfort zone, your brain gets a little stronger. Neurons fire together, wiring a new pattern of belief, a pattern that says, "I can." In one fascinating study mentioned in the book, researchers asked people to perform a high-stress task, a public speech in front of strangers. Before the speech, half the participants were given a placebo spray. The other half received a tiny dose of testosterone. The results were remarkable. Those who got the testosterone performed with noticeably more confidence, not arrogance, but calm assertiveness. They smiled more, spoke clearly, and handled pressure better. This shows that confidence is literally linked to body chemistry, and that your posture, breathing, and mindset can influence that chemistry too. Even a simple, power pose, standing tall with open posture for 2 minutes, can raise testosterone and lower cortisol levels, giving you an instant confidence boost. Kay and Shipman share stories of scientists, athletes, and CEOs who used small biological hacks to rewire their confidence. For example, one female scientist described how she practiced micro-confidence habits daily. Standing tall when entering a room. Making deliberate eye contact. Speaking 10% louder than her natural tone. At first, she felt fake. But after a few weeks, her brain caught up. Her posture and tone became natural, and so did her confidence. The body teaches the brain, and the brain teaches the body. That's the secret loop that drives confidence from the inside out. By the end of this chapter, the message becomes clear. Confidence is not an unshakable belief that you'll never fail. It's the trust that even if you fail, you'll recover. And that trust, that inner calm, is built both by biology and by choice. Every thought you think, every action you take, every challenge you face, they all send signals to your brain. You are capable. You are growing. You are becoming confident. Confidence is shaped by brain chemistry. Dopamine, serotonin, and testosterone all play key roles. Genes influence it, but habits and mindset can transform it. Your brain rewires itself through action, not thought. Facing small fears and taking small risks strengthen your confidence muscle. Even your body posture and breathing can change your brain's chemistry in real time. If confidence can be shaped by our thoughts, hormones, and habits, then how do our daily choices and thinking patterns help us grow, or lose, that confidence? In the next lesson, we'll explore the confidence mindset, how thinking shapes believing, and how small shifts in thought can turn self-doubt into self-trust, permanently. Have you ever noticed how the way you think about yourself directly affects what you do? Before a big meeting, an exam, or even a simple conversation, your mind starts talking to you. Sometimes it says, "You've got this." But other times, it whispers, "You're not ready." That inner voice can either become your greatest power or your biggest enemy. According to Katty K. and Claire Shipman, this voice, your mindset, is the invisible force behind confidence. Because confidence doesn't just come from your skills or achievements. It comes from how you interpret your experiences, the stories you tell yourself about success, failure, and self-worth. The authors build on the groundbreaking research of psychologist Carol Dweck, who introduced two powerful mindsets. 1. Fixed mindset. You believe your intelligence, talent, or personality are unchangeable. You either have it or you don't. 2. Growth mindset. You believe that abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. Now here's the truth. People with a fixed mindset avoid challenges because they fear failure will prove they're not good enough. But people with a growth mindset see challenges as chances to grow. Confidence thrives in a growth mindset. Because when you stop fearing mistakes, you stop fearing action. Kay and Shipman found that women who adopt a growth mindset not only recover faster from setbacks but also display higher confidence and satisfaction in their careers. In their interviews with CEOs, athletes, and politicians, one pattern stood out. The most confident women were not those who never failed, but those who refused to label failure as defeat. Confidence begins with self-talk, the constant stream of words running through your mind. Our brains believe what we repeatedly tell them. So if your thoughts sound like, "I always mess up," or "I'm not as good as others," your brain starts building that story as reality. But when you shift your language to, "I can learn this," or "I can try again," your brain responds differently. It begins to associate effort with growth, not shame. The authors call this process rewriting your mental code. It's like updating an old software program, one that's been running in the background for years. So the next time you hear that voice of doubt, you can train it to say, "I may not know it yet, but I can learn." That one word, "yet," can completely transform your mindset. Katty and Claire describe something fascinating. Confidence is not a feeling that comes before action, it's a feeling that grows after action, reinforced by positive thinking. When you think positively, your brain releases dopamine, which increases motivation and clarity. That motivation pushes you to act. Action brings results, and results strengthen confidence. This is called the confidence thought loop. Thought, action, success, belief, stronger thought. But the opposite loop also exists. Negative thought, hesitation, missed opportunity, regret, weaker belief. Every day, you're building one of these loops, consciously or unconsciously. Confidence grows when you take control of your thought loop. Here's an astonishing truth from the book. We judge ourselves far more harshly than others do. In multiple studies, women rated their own performance lower than men did, even when both performed equally well. In one study, when participants were asked to predict their test scores, men overestimated their results, while women underestimated, yet their actual scores were nearly identical. This shows that confidence is less about what's real and more about what you believe is real. Our perception of ourselves can either inflate or deflate our confidence. That's why the authors say, confidence is a mental mirror. What you reflect is what you project. When you start believing you're capable, others start believing it too. The world often mirrors back the energy you send out. Katty K and Claire Shipman talk about a familiar villain, overthinking. They found that women, on average, tend to analyze more deeply than men, replaying conversations, decisions, and mistakes in their minds. While analysis can be helpful, too much of it leads to paralysis. The authors call this the trap of rumination. It's when your brain gets stuck in a loop of self-criticism instead of progress. One of their key messages is, confidence doesn't mean not caring. It means caring less about the wrong things. When you stop giving energy to doubts and start focusing on what truly matters, your growth, your effort, your next step, confidence naturally follows. The authors suggest a simple rule. If something won't matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes worrying about it. That's how confident people think. Every confident person has one skill in common, the ability to reframe failure. Instead of seeing failure as proof of incompetence, they see it as evidence of learning. The authors interviewed several successful women who shared stories of early failures that actually became turning points. One executive said, "When I failed publicly, I thought my career was over. But it was the moment I learned that failure doesn't define me, my response does." Confidence, therefore, isn't built by avoiding failure. It's built by surviving it, and realizing you're still standing. One of the most powerful tools the authors mention is mindfulness, the ability to notice your thoughts without becoming trapped in them. Mindfulness doesn't mean ignoring fear. It means observing it calmly, saying, "Ah, this is fear. It's here, but it doesn't control me." This practice reduces overthinking, lowers anxiety, and strengthens emotional control, all crucial for sustainable confidence. Even 10 minutes of daily mindfulness or journaling can help you identify negative thought patterns before they take over. As the authors put it, confidence is quiet clarity, not noisy certainty. The book highlights Serena Williams as a perfect example of mindset-driven confidence. Serena's dominance in tennis wasn't just about physical strength, it was mental resilience. After losses, she would analyze her performance objectively, not emotionally. Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," she would think, "That strategy didn't work, I'll try a new one." That subtle shift in thinking is what separates confidence from insecurity. Your words shape your world. And Serena's world was shaped by relentless self-belief. The authors suggest a few daily habits that literally reprogram your thinking patterns. 1. Challenge negative thoughts. Whenever you think, "I can't," ask, "Why not?" 2. Use power phrases. Replace "I'm nervous" with "I'm excited." 3. Visualize success. The brain reacts to mental rehearsal the same way it does to real action. 4. Track wins, not just mistakes. Write down 3 things you did well every day. 5. Surround yourself with positivity. Confidence is contagious. These small actions gradually teach your brain to default to optimism instead of fear. Confidence isn't about being certain all the time. It's about trusting yourself even when you're uncertain. When your thoughts become your allies instead of your critics, confidence becomes natural, effortless. You start realizing that the only real limitation is the story you tell yourself. Confidence begins in the mind. Your thoughts shape your belief. A growth mindset fuels action and learning. Overthinking weakens confidence, mindfulness restores it. Positive self-talk rewires your brain for courage. Failure, when reframed, becomes fuel for growth. If confidence grows through mindset and thinking, then how do our actions translate that belief into real-world power? In the next lesson, we'll uncover the confidence habit, why action is the secret to belief, and explore how taking small, consistent risks can make confidence an unshakable part of your identity. Imagine this. You've prepared for days, planned every detail, and thought through every possibility, yet when the time comes to act, you hesitate. You wait for that perfect moment when everything will feel just right. But the authors, Katty K. and Claire Shipman, reveal a powerful truth in this chapter. Confidence is not a thought. It's an action. You don't become confident before acting, you become confident because you act. Action is the fuel that powers the engine of confidence. In the earlier chapters, we saw how thinking and biology shape belief. But now, the authors make it clear, belief alone isn't enough. You can read every motivational quote, visualize success, and repeat affirmations all day, but nothing changes until you do something. They call this the confidence action loop, and it works like this. Act, fail or succeed, learn, adjust, act again, build confidence. Every action, no matter how small, builds a memory of courage in your brain. And that memory becomes evidence that says, I've done this before. I can do it again. That's how confidence grows, not by thinking or wishing, but by doing. In this lesson, the authors introduce one of the most important confidence-building habits. Start before you're ready. Waiting for the perfect time is just fear in disguise. Confidence doesn't wait for readiness, it creates readiness. One of the women interviewed for the book, a tech entrepreneur, shared that she used to turn down speaking invitations because she thought she wasn't experienced enough. But the first time she said yes, despite being terrified, she realized that everyone feels unprepared at the start. Her words in the book summarize the magic of action. The moment I stopped waiting for confidence and started acting, confidence came running toward me. Kay and Shipman discovered that failure is not the opposite of confidence, it's the foundation of it. Confidence doesn't mean you always succeed. It means you're not afraid to try, fail, and try again. The authors share a story of a senior executive who said, "Every confident person you admire has a trail of failures behind them. You just don't see them. Through these failures, we learn something critical. Fear doesn't disappear when you act. But your courage becomes stronger than your fear." This is what psychologists call exposure confidence. The more often you face something that scares you, the less scary it becomes. That's why confident people aren't fearless, they're just familiar with fear. Another striking insight from this chapter is how perfectionism destroys confidence. Many people, especially women, want to get everything right before making a move. But perfectionism is like a cage disguised as discipline. It keeps you from ever taking the leap. Katty and Claire write, "Perfectionism is the enemy of confidence because it turns preparation into procrastination." Confident people know something that perfectionists forget. You can't improve something that doesn't exist. You must create first, then refine. So instead of waiting to feel confident, take messy action. Send that email. Speak in that meeting. Start that idea. Even imperfect action is more powerful than endless hesitation. When you take action, even a small one, your brain releases dopamine, that feel-good chemical of accomplishment. This dopamine rush rewires your brain to associate effort with reward. That's why even minor progress, like finishing a small task or making one bold decision, can boost confidence immediately. The authors share a study from Harvard showing that people who took micro-risks daily, like starting a new conversation or suggesting an idea, experienced significant growth in confidence over time. Action, therefore, isn't just behavior, it's brain training. Each action strengthens your self-belief circuits. Katty K. and Claire Shipman interviewed Sheryl Sandberg, the COO of Facebook and author of Lean In. When they asked how she built her confidence, she said something simple but unforgettable. I leaned in before I felt ready. Cheryl shared how, early in her career, she often doubted herself. But she learned that by saying yes to challenges, even when she was scared, she discovered what she was truly capable of. Her confidence didn't come from waiting for courage, it came from acting despite fear. In this chapter, the authors introduce what we might call the confidence habit formula, a simple but life-changing pattern. Action, risk, feedback, growth, confidence. Let's break it down. Action, do something, anything, outside your comfort zone. Risk, feel the fear and do it anyway. Feedback, reflect on what worked and what didn't. Growth, apply the lesson, learn from it. Confidence, repeat, and your courage multiplies. It's not about giant leaps. It's about small, consistent steps that prove to your brain that you are capable of more than you thought. The authors give a few powerful strategies to make action a natural part of your mindset. Say yes more often. When opportunity knocks, say yes, and figure out the how later. Set small challenges. Do one slightly uncomfortable thing every day, a new conversation, a bold email, or a decision you've been avoiding. Use the 5-second rule. Count 5-4-3-2-1 and act before your brain talks you out of it. Celebrate completion, not perfection. Done is better than perfect. Completion builds confidence, perfection builds pressure. Reflect, don't regret. After acting, analyze your progress with kindness, not criticism. These habits train your mind to connect courage with satisfaction, not fear. The book also highlights a fascinating observation. Many women who lack confidence are not lacking success, they're lacking credit. They often downplay their achievements, saying things like, "I just got lucky," or "it wasn't a big deal." But confident people own their wins. They don't wait for others to validate them. They let their actions speak, and their belief follow. As the authors beautifully put it, confidence is not arrogance, it's the quiet understanding that you've earned your place at the table. Action turns invisible potential into visible power. It takes the dream that lives inside your mind, and plants it into reality. Every step you take, no matter how shaky, builds a foundation of faith. And that's why confident people are not lucky, they are active. They don't wait for life to give them a moment. They create their moment. Confidence is built through action, not waiting for the right feeling. Start before you're ready, because readiness comes from doing. Failure strengthens confidence, perfectionism weakens it. Small, consistent risks train your brain for courage. Confidence isn't a gift, it's a skill you practice every single day. If taking action builds confidence, then why do so many of us still hesitate, still doubt, and still hold ourselves back? In the next lesson, we'll explore the confidence killers, what destroys self-belief and how to defeat them. Where we'll uncover the hidden fears, habits, and mental traps that silently drain our confidence, and learn how to overcome them one by one. You're standing in front of a mirror, ready to take a big step in life. You've worked hard, prepared well, and you know you deserve it. But then, that small, sneaky voice inside your head whispers, "What if you fail? You're not as good as others. You'll embarrass yourself." And just like that, your confidence starts to fade. In the Confidence Code, Katty K. and Claire Shipman call these thoughts confidence killers. They are the invisible chains that hold us back from stepping into our full potential. And the worst part? Most of us don't even realize how often we let these voices control our choices. The first and most common enemy of confidence is self-doubt. The authors explain that self-doubt isn't always loud or obvious, it's quiet, polite, and disguised as caution. It says things like, "Maybe I should wait a little longer. Let me learn a bit more before I apply. Others are more qualified than me." But every time we listen to these whispers, we lose opportunities that could have changed our lives. In the book, they share an example of a study done at Hewlett-Packard. When a job was open, men applied when they met only 60% of the qualifications. But women applied only when they met 100%. Why? Because self-doubt convinced them that being almost ready wasn't enough. Yet, ironically, confidence doesn't come from being ready, it comes from trying. The authors say, self-doubt is a lie that feels like logic. And the only way to silence it is through evidence. You must act, collect proof of your capability, and remind yourself. I've done hard things before. I can do this again. The next confidence killer is overthinking, something both authors admit they struggled with themselves. They discovered that while men tend to act quickly and move on, women, and many cautious people in general, often get trapped in the analysis loop. We replay conversations, overanalyze mistakes, and imagine every worst-case scenario. The mind becomes a battlefield of what-ifs. But overthinking doesn't protect us, it paralyzes us. The book explains that the brain is wired to focus on problems, a survival instinct inherited from our ancestors. Yet in modern life, this overanalysis stops us from taking the very actions that would give us confidence. So, how do we stop overthinking? Katty and Claire suggest a powerful mental shift. Don't think less, think better. Instead of analyzing endlessly, learn to reframe your thoughts. Ask, what's the best that could happen? What would I tell a friend in this situation? Will this even matter in 5 years? By doing this, you train your brain to replace fear with logic and possibility. One of the strongest confidence killers is the fear of what others will think. From childhood, many of us are conditioned to seek approval, from parents, teachers, bosses, or society. We learn that acceptance equals safety. But in adulthood, that same need for approval often chains us to mediocrity. The authors call this the good girl syndrome, the belief that if we just behave perfectly, everyone will like us and reward us. But in reality, trying to please everyone only erases your own voice. Confidence, they remind us, doesn't come from pleasing, it comes from believing. Katty and Claire interviewed countless successful women who admitted they still battled this fear. But the ones who broke through learned a vital lesson. People are too busy thinking about themselves to judge you. Once you understand that truth, you realize, the world isn't watching you as closely as you think. The moment you stop living for approval, you start living with power. Another confidence killer, deeply rooted in many of us, is perfectionism. It sounds noble, wanting to do your best, deliver quality, avoid mistakes. But perfectionism is actually a form of fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough. The authors share that perfectionism tricks your mind into endless preparation. You keep polishing, planning, revising, but never launch. They write, perfectionism doesn't make you excellent. It makes you exhausted. Real confidence, on the other hand, embraces imperfection. It says, I'll learn as I go. Mistakes are proof I'm trying. In fact, the book cites a fascinating psychological study. People who openly admit their small mistakes are often seen as more confident and trustworthy than those who pretend to be flawless. So the next time you make an error, don't hide it. Own it, laugh at it, learn from it. That's how true confidence grows, not from perfection, but from progress. In today's social media world, the comparison trap has become one of the most dangerous confidence destroyers. We scroll through endless highlight reels, perfect vacations, perfect careers, perfect bodies, and subconsciously, we start to shrink. We think, they're doing better than me. But we forget, people post their success, not their struggle. Katty and Claire write, comparison is the thief of joy, and the enemy of confidence. When you measure your worth through someone else's achievements, you always lose. Because confidence doesn't grow in competition, it grows in authenticity. Instead of comparing, they encourage you to redefine success for yourself. Ask, what does my version of success look like? What values matter to me, not society? What would make me proud, even if no one noticed? The moment you answer those questions honestly, comparison loses its power. Now that we've met the enemies, the authors give us a strategy to fight back, a 4-step method to rebuild inner strength. Recognize the pattern. Awareness is the first defense. The moment you notice doubt, perfectionism, or comparison creeping in, pause. Name it. Reframe the thought. Instead of, "I can't do this," say, "This is hard, but I can learn." Reframe fear into curiosity. Replace hesitation with action. Do one small thing immediately. Send the message, start the call, apply for the job. Action kills overthinking. Reinforce with reflection. At day's end, write down one thing you did well, however small. This creates a personal archive of proof that you are capable. These steps sound simple, but practice daily, they rewire your brain for resilience. In the book, the authors tell the story of Christiane Amanpour, the legendary CNN journalist. As a young reporter, she often doubted her voice, her accent, her style. She didn't look or sound like the typical TV anchor. But she didn't let those doubts define her. She said, "If I waited to feel confident, I'd still be waiting." She stepped forward anyway, and her fearless authenticity became her trademark. Today, her confidence isn't built on perfection, it's built on persistence. That's what the confidence code teaches. Confidence isn't about being flawless, it's about being fearless enough to begin. Confidence killers include self-doubt, overthinking, fear of judgment, perfectionism, and comparison. They steal belief by creating invisible barriers in your mind. The cure is awareness, reframing, and taking small courageous actions daily. Confidence doesn't mean ignoring fear, it means moving forward despite fear. The antidote to doubt is evidence. Prove to yourself that you can, and your confidence will follow. Now that we've learned how to defeat what kills confidence, how can we grow it faster, stronger, and permanently? In the next chapter, we'll explore Lesson 6, The Confidence Builders, Habits that Create Unshakable Belief, where we'll discover the daily mindset shifts, small routines, and psychological tools that turn ordinary courage into unstoppable confidence. Think of confidence like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. You can't just read about confidence, you have to practice it. That's the central idea of this chapter. Katty and Claire Shipman reveal that confidence isn't a gift you're born with, it's a skill you train through habits, mindset, and consistent action. And here's the good news. Anyone can learn it. Yes, anyone. So, let's dive into the powerful daily habits that the authors discovered from science, psychology, and interviews with hundreds of confident, successful people. We often think confidence comes from big achievements, like promotions, awards, or fame. But according to the book, that's a myth. Real confidence comes from small daily victories, the micro wins that tell your brain, "I can do this. I'm capable." These micro wins create what neuroscientists call a success memory. Each small success, whether it's finishing a task, speaking up in a meeting, or pushing through fear, releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical that strengthens your belief system. Katty and Claire call it the confidence ladder. Every small step becomes a rung that leads you higher. So start tiny. Make your bed. Speak one new idea. Finish that email. Because small wins done consistently build massive self-trust. Confidence doesn't appear overnight, it grows one decision at a time. One of the most surprising findings in the book comes from psychologist Kristin Neff, who has spent decades studying self-compassion. She found that confident people aren't those who never fail. They're those who treat themselves kindly when they fail. When you make a mistake, your inner critic often screams, "You're not good enough. How could you mess that up again?" But self-compassion replaces that voice with a wiser one. "It's okay. Everyone fails. What can I learn from this? This simple shift changes everything. Because when you stop fearing your own judgment, you free yourself to try again. Confidence is not the absence of mistakes, it's the presence of forgiveness. So, instead of beating yourself up, try this simple daily ritual. When something goes wrong, take a deep breath and say, "I'm human. This is how I grow." This rewires your brain to respond to setbacks with strength, not shame. What you say to yourself daily becomes the soundtrack of your life. And the book emphasizes one powerful truth. Your words shape your world. We often speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to someone we love. Imagine telling your best friend, "You're useless," or "You'll never succeed." Of course not. Yet we say those things to ourselves all the time. So the author suggests this mental shift. Talk to yourself as if you're talking to your best friend. Replace "I can't do this" with "I'll try, and I'll learn." "I'm not good enough" with "I'm improving every day." "I failed" with "I discovered what doesn't work." Words create identity, and identity creates destiny. When your self-talk becomes empowering, your confidence naturally strengthens. Fear is one of the strongest emotions that can block confidence. But the authors discovered a fascinating truth: fear and excitement are biologically the same feeling. When your heart races and palms sweat, your brain can't tell whether you're scared or thrilled. It's your interpretation that decides which it becomes. So instead of saying, "I'm nervous," say, "I'm excited." This small reframe switches your brain from threat mode to challenge mode. And when fear becomes fuel, it pushes you forward instead of pulling you back. One interviewee, a fighter pilot, told the authors, "Confidence doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means using fear as information, not intimidation." That's what high performers do. They don't eliminate fear, they convert it. In Lesson 5, we discussed perfectionism as a confidence killer. Now, the authors show the opposite approach: progress. Progress is simply improvement over yesterday. It's not about doing it all, it's about doing better. When you measure success by progress, not perfection, you feel proud more often. That pride fuels momentum, and momentum builds confidence. As the book says, confidence grows not from doing everything right, but from knowing you can handle what goes wrong. So every evening, instead of asking, "Did I get everything perfect?" ask, "Did I move forward today?" If the answer is yes, that's victory. The authors emphasize that confidence is contagious. Who you spend time with directly shapes how much you believe in yourself. They found that people surrounded by supportive, optimistic individuals naturally take more risks and feel more capable. So ask yourself, who do you spend time with? Do they lift you up, or drain you down? If you want to grow, surround yourself with builders, not critics. People who celebrate your wins, push you to act, and remind you of your worth. And remember, you can be that person for others too. Encouraging someone else strengthens your own belief. Confidence grows fastest in connection. This is one of the book's most practical and effective tools. The authors recommend writing a daily or weekly confidence journal, a place where you record things you did well, challenges you faced bravely, risks you took, compliments you received. Why? Because when doubt attacks, and it will, you can open that journal and see undeniable proof of your growth. It becomes your evidence of courage. Over time, that list of wins becomes a mirror that reflects your strength back to you. It's a written reminder that you've faced fear before, and survived. Katty and Claire discovered that the most confident people aren't the loudest or boldest. They are the most authentic. Confidence is not pretending to be perfect, it's being comfortable with your truth. It's showing up exactly as you are, without masks. The book beautifully says, true confidence is quiet. It doesn't need to prove, because it knows. Authenticity builds trust, both with others and within yourself. When your words, values, and actions align, your inner voice becomes peaceful and strong. So stop trying to fit in. Confidence begins where imitation ends. One of the book's recurring messages is this: confidence requires action, and action requires courage. So the authors challenge readers to do one courageous act every day. It doesn't have to be grand, just something that stretches your comfort zone slightly. Speak up in a meeting. Ask for feedback. Try something you've never done before. Every act of courage adds a brick to the wall of your confidence. Day by day, those small acts build something unshakable, self-belief that can't be taken away. Confidence isn't just about action, it's also about control. The authors mention that confident people have a unique ability: they pause before reacting. When something goes wrong, they don't panic. They breathe, think, and respond calmly. This power pause shows self-trust and emotional intelligence. It also gives your brain time to shift from emotional chaos to rational clarity. So next time you face pressure, pause. Take a deep breath. Remember, calmness is confidence made visible. Confidence is built through daily habits, not one-time motivation. Micro-wins, self-compassion, positive self-talk, and authenticity create lasting belief. Surround yourself with supporters, track your progress, and act courageously every day. Reframe fear as fuel and perfection as progress. Confidence grows quietly, consistently, and through practice, not promises. If these habits build personal confidence, how can we use that confidence to influence others, lead teams, and change the world around us? In the next chapter, we'll explore Lesson 7, the confidence to lead, turning inner strength into outer impact, where we'll learn how confident people inspire action, earn trust, and empower others through their belief and authenticity. You have confidence in yourself. You've acted despite fear. You've built habits that strengthen belief. But what now? True power of confidence is not just about feeling good or succeeding personally, it's about leading, influencing, and inspiring others. Katty K and Claire Shipman reveal that leadership confidence is different from personal confidence. It's not about being loud, perfect, or fearless. It's about showing up with authenticity, clarity, and courage, and helping others rise with you. Before you can influence others, you must trust yourself. The authors interviewed dozens of women in top corporate and political positions. One pattern stood out. The most impactful leaders weren't those who always had answers, they were those who believed in their ability to figure things out. Confidence at work is less about certainty and more about resilience. It's about saying, "I may not have all the answers, but I will lead us forward." This mindset allows leaders to take risks, make decisions, and inspire trust. Without this inner self-belief, leadership falters. Doubt spreads faster than certainty. Kay and Shipman emphasize a simple but powerful truth. Leadership is not about the title you hold. It's about the actions you take. Confident leaders inspire others because they model courage. People follow those who act decisively, own mistakes, and stay consistent under pressure. A powerful example from the book. A CEO in the tech industry shared how she handled a major product failure. Instead of blaming her team, she stood in front of everyone, explained the mistake, and outlined the solution. Her honesty and calm action boosted team morale, not fear or resentment. Her confidence created a culture of trust and accountability. Leadership confidence is therefore contagious. When you act boldly, you empower others to act boldly too. Another key insight is that confident leaders speak up. Women, the authors note, often hesitate to express ideas, fearing judgment or being wrong. But in leadership, silence is costly. Confidence to lead means sharing your ideas clearly, asking questions without fear, advocating for yourself and your team, The book references research showing that leaders who communicate authentically are perceived as more competent and trustworthy, even if they make minor mistakes. Confidence isn't perfection, it's clarity of voice. Every leader faces moments of uncertainty, moments where decisions matter. Kay and Shipman highlight a critical lesson. Confidence is not about knowing the perfect answer, it's about making a decision and standing by it. Leaders who hesitate or second-guess themselves lose momentum. Even when a decision turns out to be wrong, decisive action builds credibility and respect. The authors share a story of a political leader who made a bold policy change despite internal criticism. It wasn't the correctness of the decision that mattered, it was her confidence in taking responsibility. Her decisiveness inspired others to follow and trust her judgment. True leadership isn't just about self, it's about empowering others. Confident leaders nurture confidence in their teams. They mentor, guide, and provide feedback. They celebrate risk-taking, not just success. They normalize mistakes as part of learning. Kay and Shipman call this confidence amplification. When a leader projects belief in their team members internalize it and grow stronger. One executive shared, "When I started trusting my team, they started trusting themselves." Confidence multiplies. This shows that leadership confidence is recursive, it spreads from self to others. Even confident leaders face internal struggles, that imposter syndrome is real. The book explains that the most successful leaders overcome doubts by acknowledging it. Yes, I feel unprepared, but I will act anyway. Focusing on strengths, using skills and knowledge instead of worrying about weaknesses. Learning from peers, seeking advice instead of assuming they must know everything. Confidence doesn't require eliminating fear or doubt. It requires moving forward despite them. The authors outline daily practices that build leadership confidence. Take initiative, don't wait for permission, start projects, propose ideas, volunteer for responsibility. Reflect on decisions, after every choice, note what worked and what didn't, strengthen future judgment. Mentor someone, teaching others builds mastery and reinforces your own belief. Celebrate wins, learn from losses, keep a record of achievements to reinforce credibility and courage. Practice presence, stand tall, speak clearly, listen actively, your body language reinforces your mindset. Leadership confidence is therefore habitual, not accidental. The book highlights Angela Merkel, former Chancellor of Germany, as a perfect example. Merkel wasn't the loudest, most charismatic leader, but she was decisive, consistent, and strategic. Her confidence came from preparation, reflection, and calm action. She inspired trust across the world, not because she sought admiration, but because she projected competence and steadiness consistently. Her leadership shows that quiet, steady confidence can move nations. Katty and Claire emphasize a profound idea. Your confidence doesn't just serve you. It serves everyone around you. When you act boldly, others feel permission to act boldly. When you speak authentically, others feel empowered to speak. When you take responsibility, others feel safe to take risks. Confidence is therefore a force multiplier. It amplifies not just personal power, but collective growth. Leadership confidence grows from self-belief, action, and authenticity. Speaking, deciding, and acting decisively inspires trust. Confident leaders empower others. Confidence is contagious. Doubt exists even in leaders. The key is moving forward despite fear. Leadership habits, initiative, reflection, mentoring, presence, build unshakable belief. If leadership confidence can change teams, companies, and communities, then how can we build confidence in every aspect of life, not just work or leadership? In the next chapter, we'll explore Lesson 8, Confidence in Daily Life, Applying Courage and Self-Belief Everywhere, where we uncover how confidence transforms relationships, challenges, and everyday decisions, turning ordinary living into empowered, fearless life. We've learned that confidence is built from mindset, action, habits, and leadership. But confidence isn't just for careers, presentations, or big decisions. It's for everyday life, from relationships to personal goals, from small challenges to major life changes. Katty K and Claire Shipman emphasize that applying confidence daily is what makes it unshakable. It's the difference between temporary courage and a lifelong belief in yourself. The book explains that confidence grows one choice at a time. Every day presents moments to act despite fear. Speaking up in a group discussion. Trying a new hobby. Asking for help when you need it. Saying no to things that drain you. Even small actions send a powerful signal to your brain. I trust myself. I can handle life. Over time, these micro-actions compound into lasting confidence, because your brain collects evidence of courage every day. The authors call this confidence accumulation. It's like interest in a bank account. Small deposits of courage today lead to a massive balance tomorrow. Confidence in daily life often comes down to social interactions. Kay and Shipman point out that many people, especially women, underestimate their social presence. They downplay achievements, avoid compliments, and hesitate to voice opinions. But research shows that people notice and respond to confidence, even subtle signs of it: eye contact, tone, body language. The book shares practical tips. Speak clearly and slowly, it shows control. Use open body language, it communicates approachability and belief. Accept compliments graciously, don't minimize your success. Confidence in social life isn't arrogance, it's owning your worth while respecting others. Confidence doesn't stop at work or social gatherings, it transforms personal relationships. The authors explain that confident people communicate more honestly, set boundaries, and nurture healthier connections. When you trust your own worth, you express needs clearly. You avoid people-pleasing. You create balanced, mutually respectful relationships. One interviewee, a mother and entrepreneur, shared, "The moment I stopped doubting my worth in relationships, my entire family dynamic shifted. People listened, respected, and even challenged me in constructive ways." Confidence allows you to participate fully in life, rather than shrinking to fit others' expectations. Daily life is full of challenges: finances, health, parenting, social pressure. Confidence gives you the mental tools to handle these without fear or hesitation. Katty and Claire suggest asking yourself, what is within my control? What can I act on today? How will I learn from this situation? When you focus on action rather than worry, confidence becomes resilience in motion. Even mundane challenges, paying bills, talking to strangers, learning a new skill, become opportunities to strengthen belief. Confidence is also about making everyday decisions with clarity. The book emphasizes, indecision is a confidence killer. Action reinforces belief. Whether it's choosing a new career path, a home, or even daily priorities, making decisions shows self-trust. Even small decisions create a habit of ownership. You stop waiting for others to guide you and start relying on your own judgment. Over time, this builds a natural, automatic confidence that touches every part of life. The authors suggest practical ways to embed confidence into your everyday life. Morning mindset ritual: start your day by affirming one capability. Today, I will act courageously and trust myself. Micro risks: take small daily risks that stretch your comfort zone. Reflection journal: note wins, progress, and courageous acts, even small ones. Gratitude plus self-acknowledgement: recognize your own worth and effort daily. Positive surroundings: connect with people who inspire and reinforce your belief. These habits turn confidence into a lifestyle, not just a momentary feeling. Life constantly changes, careers shift, relationships evolve, challenges arise. The book emphasizes that confidence is adaptability. A confident person doesn't resist change. They see it as an opportunity to grow. When faced with uncertainty, they think. I may not know exactly how, but I will figure it out. Confidence becomes the lens through which life is approached. Uncertainty doesn't intimidate, it motivates. Kay and Shipman end the chapter by highlighting an extraordinary truth. Confidence is contagious, it inspires everyone around you. When you act courageously, your children learn resilience. Your team or friends feel empowered. Strangers sense calm and trust. Confidence doesn't just improve your life, it changes the world around you. The authors leave a simple but profound message. Confidence isn't a switch you flip overnight. It's built by daily action, reflection, and courage. It's strengthened by micro-wins, self-compassion, and authenticity. It's applied in leadership, relationships, and every decision you make. And the most empowering part? Anyone can build it, because confidence is learnable, trainable, and habit-forming. Every choice, every small act of courage, every honest conversation builds it. Over time, it becomes unstoppable, a quiet, unshakable force within you. Confidence in daily life comes from small acts, consistent habits, and self-trust. It strengthens social presence, relationships, and decision-making. Micro-risks, reflection, gratitude, and surrounding support are essential tools. Adaptability and resilience make confidence a lifelong skill. Confidence spreads, it affects everyone around you positively. The journey of confidence is not about being fearless. It's about feeling the fear, taking action anyway, and learning to trust yourself. Every choice you make today, even the small ones, builds the foundation for a life of courage, self-belief, and empowerment. So, here's the question to leave you with. What small act of courage will you take today to grow your confidence? Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now.